So you're talking to me about the good. So tell me about like the bad. Tell me about like the worst day of your life. Tell me about the worst year of your life to where you're able to still rely on that goodness so that people, because a lot of people go through trials and tribulations.
Yes, they do. And I've been through my share. You see the two pictures we have right here. That house right there burned August 18th of last year to the ground. And I lost everything I owned in that house. I walked out of that house through the fire without getting burned.
What do you mean?
I walked through the flame and did not get burned.
Like Daniel?
Well, somebody told me it was like the three Hebrew children, and they called them by that Babylonian names that they got. And I said, no, sir, I won't give Babylon's gods the credit because it's not those three. It's Hananiah, Ananiah, and Mishael. Y'all know them as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Mm-hmm. But that's their Babylonian names.
Wow.
But they walked through the fire, too, and they didn't get burned. And when I had to walk through that fire, my only statement when I realized the house was burning and I had to get out, I said, God, you've got to walk me out of here. And when I said that, it was like a bubble was all the way around me as I walked through the flame. I'm singing the song Fires. It's a Christian song in my front yard, standing right about in here, shaking my fist at the house, saying, you walked me through fire, you brought me through flame. If you're in this with me, I'll not be afraid. Though the smoke billows higher, even higher, seems that I could barely breathe. But I walked through those fires because you were walking with me. That's what I was singing when the fire department showed up. 6 fire departments. And my neighbors behind the house slept through it.
Oh, my gosh.
They all thought I died when they saw the house.
Of course, look at that thing.
Yeah,
burnt to the ground.
They thought I was dead in there. When the ambulance shows up and finally figures out who I am, they take me up to the ambulance to check me. I have no smoke inhalation, no burns, no scorches, no nothing. My beard wasn't even singed. Yet I showed you earlier today, the front of my pickup truck, 25 feet away from the house, melted the front of the truck right there.
But it didn't hit you. Nothing
But
touched
it didn't
you.
burn me.
But your truck got burnt
25 feet away from the house, it did that.
And you were telling me pre-show that the wall was on fire, the roof was on fire, and you woke up without your glasses on, and all you can see was orange on the walls, and you weren't really comprehending what was going on.
I woke up half asleep. Now, let me tell you what really happened that morning. The storm blew through about 2:20, 2:30 that morning. I heard the thunder and the lightning when it struck. It was a big boom, and my only comment was, that one was close. I didn't realize how close. I nod back off to sleep.
Wow.
I go to the prison unit 2 days after my house burned down, and I'm telling them the story about my house burning 2 days ago. And one of the inmates comes to me and says, it burned Thursday morning? I said, yeah. He said, what time? I said, between 2:30 and 3. He said, wow, this is weird. I said, what? He said, God woke him up that morning at 2:30 with my name on his heart that I was in danger of some kind. He began praying. Praying by himself didn't seem good enough. He felt an urgency because he knew the scriptures that I'd been teaching them, that where 2 or more are gathered,
I am there.
there am I in their midst. So he went and woke the other Christian brothers in the cell block up at 2:30 in the morning, which in prison, if you wake somebody up at 2:30 in the morning, you're subject to have a fight on your hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they got up and began praying for me.
Wow, interceding on your behalf.
Interceding on my behalf. They didn't know what it was. They just knew I was in some kind of danger. That's what they knew.
Wow.
I woke up at 10 minutes till 3. The smoke alarm is going off, beeping loudly. The room is filled with smoke. You got to understand that.
Yeah.
It was filled with smoke.
So you couldn't really see much.
No.
At all?
No. I don't have glasses on. I have a pair of nylon short pants on, which should have, you saw the truck melted.
Yeah.
The nylon pants should have melted just from the heat. They didn't even have a scorch mark on them. Yeah. I'm over there trying to reach up there and turn the smoke detector off.
Too loud?
I'm trying to make the thing stop beeping. It woke me up. And I reach up there and I feel something hot. It did not burn my hand, but I'm sticking it in the flame.
Dude.
And then I look up to figure out, why is this ceiling hot? And I'm looking at it. Wait a minute, why is the ceiling orange? My ceiling's not orange. Look around the room. Wait a minute, the walls are orange. What's going on here? It hasn't registered yet. I'm looking at the orange, and then I get to looking at it, and it's going up and across, up and across. And then it dawns on me. The house is on fire. I look in the bathroom, and it's glowing. I walk back across the bedroom instead of immediately leaving and pick up the cell phone because I knew I needed that. Mm-hmm. And then I say, God, you've got to walk me out of here. I've got to get out from the fire. And it seems like it was just a bubble around me. That's why the ambulance driver couldn't figure out why I didn't have smoke inhalation. My oxygen level, when he checked it, was at 98%. He did, however, say that my blood pressure was a little bit high. And I looked at him and I said, youngster, you see the house over there burning? I just walked out of that house. Why don't you run down there real quick and run through it a couple of times, come back up here. I'll check your blood pressure. We'll see if your blood pressure is high. But they could not figure out
Oh, my goodness, dude.
how I was not burned.
Wow.
Then I get to the prison unit 2 days later, and the inmate tells me what they were doing that morning. And that just blew me away.
How full circle is that?
Let me tell you the rest of it. 2 hours after the house burned, I only have a pair of short pants, no shoes. I borrowed a shirt from my neighbor that wouldn't even button. My glasses right here were ready at Walmart the day of the fire because I'd ordered new glasses. But you can't go into Walmart unless you have a shirt and pants on and shoes on. But I show up at the men's prayer breakfast that I normally go to on a Thursday morning. The house burned on a Thursday morning. I show up 2 hours after the fire burned, and I'm standing outside the door. They open the door, and here I am with no glasses, soot all over me, no shirt except for the one that would go to about right here, wouldn't button, and the pair of short pants that I had on barefooted.
Yeah.
And they said, what happened to you? I said, my house just burned down. And they looked at me and says, and you're here? I said, by the grace of God, I'm still here.
I'm not missing this meeting.
By the grace of God, I'm still here. They took a collection that morning to give to me.
Wow.
And out of that collection, I had to give some money to the guy that was driving me over there because my truck keys burned in the fire. So I couldn't even drive my vehicles. He takes me to Walmart and has to go in and buy me a T-shirt and some flip-flops so I can go in and get my glasses.
Wow.
I still have the shirt that he bought me. The following morning after the fire, we're digging through the ashes, hoping to find my truck keys, which we did not find, because I need the truck keys to go to Bridgeport to go to the prison unit. I had to pay $350 out of the donation that the men's prayer breakfast gave me to buy a set of keys to be made off the VIN number so I could drive to Bridgeport. But while we were looking for the keys that we never found, we found something else. And when the guy that was working with me found it, it was a little box, and it was charred and burned. He opened it, and he's a little ways from me, and he said, oh, my God. I said, what? He said, you're not going to believe this one, Charlie. And he handed it to me, and I'm sure y'all have the picture of it. It's right there on my finger. That, my friend, is my mother's engagement ring.
Wow.
That little diamond ring right there.
On your pinky.
On my pinky is my mother's engagement ring. I had it cleaned and evaluated on, estimated on value.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I have left of my mother now. And it's worth close to $1,000.
That's amazing.
And it's on my finger. But I want you to notice the ring next to it. You can't read all the writing on it, but I'll tell you what's on it. That ring was on my finger the day the house burned down. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for supporting our YouTube channel. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. If you would like to see another short clip from this episode, you can do so here. Or if you want to see the full conversation, you can do so here. And make sure you subscribe on Patreon if you'd like to partner with us. You can do that, the link in the description of this video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.